what's up? It's Taylor Acorn, and I'm with Hive magazine.
This is Hive magazine. I'm Danny Baker, and today I am here with the incredible Taylor Acorn. How are we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Very warm, very warm. It's You've got a good day today in the UK. It's been so cold recently, and then the sun's come out now that you're here.
I know. I was like, I think we brought a little bit of the sun from Nashville with us, but I will say it was a bit tough getting off the plane that first day we got here and being slapped with cold wind. I did not come prepared. I had to go shop and like buy a jacket and stuff. Don't even need it today. So
how are you feeling being back as well? This is the exact same venue that you supported No Offense in less than a year ago, and now you're headlining. It's insane.
It's crazy, you know. It's I think what's even crazier is that, you know, when I'm in America, I feel like I'm in this little bubble, and I sometimes forget that when I travel, there's people that want to show up and see us, which is really amazing. And this venue was such a fun venue to play the last time. And so now coming back and being able to headline it, and it not only being such an incredible legendary venue, but also being my biggest headline show, even comparatively in like America, this is the biggest I've ever played. So I think that's really insane because I'm flying all the way across the world to be able to come here and do this. And so when people show up, it's incredible.
Of course. I've got to say, it's been like insane kind of watching your growth over the years as well. I feel like there's been so many full circle moments for you lately. Like, for me personally, like I discovered you through like your TikTok covers, and then obviously Uncomfortably Numb with Arrows in Action. And then you've just been on the summer school tour with them. Like, have you had any like standout kind of like I made it moment or like kind of pinch me moment?
You know, I try not to like think like that because I feel like every single thing and opportunity that I've gotten to do has been and like I'm just so grateful for it, and I try to just be really in the moment and just, you know, cherish it, because I do know that at any time, at any moment, it could go away, right? But I think I want to say when I played Warped Tour this year was really cool, because I used to go to Warped Tour as a fan, you know. I met and found a lot of my favorite bands that way, and so to come back and play Warped Tour as an artist on a stage was really crazy. And to see all of the people, like we were on a very small stage there too, because they had all of the summer school people. They wanted to keep them all kind of as a collective. And so we were on a smaller stage comparatively to all of the others that were there. And, you know, to see all of the people show up and sing all of the songs and just, I don't know, be reminded of the fact that I came as a fan and now I'm getting to do this as an artist is really crazy. And I'll probably have that same feeling at when we were young in Vegas too. But yeah, no, I try to just cherish every moment and really, you know, relish in it, because I'm getting to do what I love every day. Like, what's better than that?
Of course. And like the summer school tour as well, it's great to see Warped back in itself. Yeah, right. And then I feel like summer school is almost like a mini Warped in a way, and it's just like everything that I see, it just looks like it's just like a holiday with your mates, really.
Yeah, that tour was incredible. I love the Arrows boys so much. I loved being able to sing Uncomfortably Numb, because usually when we tour, we're on opposite schedules completely, so we'll miss each other. When they're in one city, I'm like on the other side of the country, so I always miss them. So being able to be in the same place with them every single day, getting to go on stage and sing with them was really, really fun. And then of course with Charlotte, she's one of my best friends, so her and I shared a bus, and it was like having a sleepover every single day, you know? It just was really sad when it ended. And I will say I'm happy it ended, because hanging out with your friends every single day and like having the best time ever feels like so exhausting. But it was just such an incredible tour, and I wish we could do it like every single year.
Yeah, exhausted in the best way.
In the best way. Like you're just been like having so much fun, like too much fun every single day, that like once you get off of it, you're like, okay, I should probably just take a break for a second, you know?
It is like a little circle of like everybody that like features on everybody's songs and things like that. So I feel like even when you do your set, you're not necessarily done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so Charlotte would come up and sing Final Nail with me, and I'd go on with, you know, Arrows, and then they were all kind of doing their thing too. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of moving and grooving. Yeah.
And then moving on back to obviously your headline show today, it's just a one-off only headline show. Of course, you had the banquet shows yesterday and everything. Yeah. What made you decide to come over here and do this one-off show? Because I was like scouring the internet being like, who is she opening for in York? Why is she coming over here? What's going on? Like trying to find it. And it's just, do you just love us that much?
I do, actually. Yeah, no, I really do. And I mean, initially I think we were going to come over for like crashing out and stuff, and I wanted just to be able to do something before the album came out with you guys, to be able to play some of the songs and be able to experience it, and at least a little bit of, get a little taste of it. And so no, yeah, I do love the UK a lot. I would come here every single week if I could, if my bank account allowed me to do that. But yeah, no, I feel so loved and so welcomed with open arms whenever I'm here, and the energy is just incredible. So I just wanted to make sure I gave you guys a little taste of what's coming next, and be able to celebrate crashing out with you guys.
Of course. Like, it's an absolute honor to interview on release day as well. Like that, as soon as it got announced, I was like screaming inside a little bit.
No,
so
thank you.
It's going to be really cool to hear that live tonight. Are there any
excited.
other surprises in store potentially? Anything like special that stands out to you?
I mean, I guess you'll have to wait and see.
You not wanting to give too much away. Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
But of course, as we've just touched on as well, you have your second album coming out in just over a month now, I think it is.
Yep.
Firstly, how is that going to be like sonically different to Survival in Motion, would you say? 'Cause it feels like that came out just yesterday. Honestly,
I know,
like, in
right?
my head,
Yeah.
I'm like, you announced it, and I was like, you've just done one, but like, I'm not mad at it. I love it. Like,
Yeah, no, I think the way that Poster Child came about was so random, because initially I say this every time because it was the same thing with Survival in Motion too, where it's like I didn't necessarily feel like I was leaning towards writing an album, right? But while I was writing Survival in Motion, there were a couple things that just happened in my life. I had a falling out with somebody who I really, really loved, and worked very closely with me and things like that. So while I'm finishing a record talking about the grass is greener on the other side, I was quite literally just very sad and trying to process emotions that, I didn't feel in the beginning of writing that album, right? And we had toured and played a lot of shows in between then, and I never really had a time to just sit and be with myself and be with my thoughts for a while. And when we got done with the, I think it was the No Offense tour, that was the last show that we did for like 7 months. And so I really took those 7 months to really just sit with myself, collect my thoughts, journal, write, be creative. And I hadn't written an album by myself since I was a country artist. I hadn't really sat down and wrote songs on my own or started songs on my own. It was always a very collaborative experience, which I love because you can lean on other people for ideas and things like that. But I think sonically, this album, because I was able to really sit with myself, because I was able to come up with the ideas and really just put everything that I was feeling out there, it feels like me, and it has it definitely feels like it could fit in the same world as Survival in Motion, but it has a more organic feeling, I think, and it just feels like the only way I can describe it is it literally feels like me, it feels very early 2000s, late 90s vibes. And sonically every song is so different, but they feel like they could coexist in the same world, which is really cool. And they all stand out in their own right. At least I think so. I'm a little biased though. So, but yeah, I think that just because I was really able to take the time and just like focus on myself and go to my collaborators and be like, hey, I have this idea of a song called Hangman, and this is how I'm feeling. Is that a crazy title? And they're like, no, let's run with it. Let's do it. That's so sick. So just being able to do those things and have such incredible collaborators who were so willing to help bring my ideas to life were really cool.
Yeah,
so.
It sounds so like therapeutic.
It was.
In a way. Just like, and like seeing that vision kind of come to life is incredible.
Thank you.
Incredible. I'm so excited for the album. Of course, we've had a little taster so far. We've had 3 singles now, with Crashing Out, of course, released today.
Yes.
How do you decide what songs are going to be put out as singles? Especially when you say you love all of them kind of thing. How do you decide?
Well, I feel like with the past record, it felt very undeniable that Greener was going to be one. Like I just had a feeling. I was like, I feel like people are going to really resonate with this, and it's kind of that, right? Like I can kind of tell when a song is going to resonate with somebody else. But this album was particularly hard because I love every single song, and I feel like every single song could have been a single. So I try to do it in a strategic way where obviously I love Goodbye Good Riddance so much. And so I wanted that to be the face of this project and like the very first taste that people got, because it's just fun. And to play live on summer school was like the best situation that I could have possibly had with it. And Hangman obviously is very much a stark difference from Goodbye Good Riddance, and it has a different feel, but I don't know. I love all of those songs, but then every song changes, every favorite song changes, and I listen to the record every single day, so it doesn't help me any. But it was nice to have a team that kind of helped direct me into the ones that they thought. But again, it was really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, say Goodbye Good Riddance is like such a strong, like powerful song in itself. It's kind of like a amazing way to make an entrance for like a new album, and it's one that's definitely gonna feel like therapy for me tonight, I think.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'll be looking for you.
And as you said, before you wrote the album, you were pretty non-stop, and I'd say you're pretty non-stop again now at the moment. What are kind of your essentials for keeping going when you're on the road for such long amounts of time?
Oh man, I mean, definitely energy drinks, lots of coffee, lots of energy. But no, in the past, I've really struggled with keeping up with my health, and I have an autoimmune deficiency. So it's really easy for me to get really sick on the road, especially when we're flying on a plane or we're in a bus, and every time zone is different and you're not getting adequate sleep. So I always bring like a vocal steamer, and I always bring like vitamins. This is like shameless AG1 plug, but like, do you know what AG1 is? Have you ever heard of it? It's like a greens drink. But I've been making sure that I'm getting a lot of nutrients and really trying to take care of my health first and foremost, and my mental health. And just trying to make sure that like my environment is stress-free leading up to the shows, and just as best as I can. But also surrounding myself with people that are so positive has been a really helpful little nugget of my job and things like that, just because everybody is so happy all the time. It makes it easy to stay in a good headspace, but yeah, just making sure I'm eating healthy and drinking lots of water and drinking my greens and my vitamins, and yeah,
kind of linking to the mental health side of that. Is there any way that you like to spend your downtime when you do get that on tour? I don't know if this is the best thing for me to do, but I really like to be in isolation sometimes, like especially when I'm going through something that is like mentally tasking or like stressful. Sometimes when I'm able to just like sit in silence and breathe, like sometimes I'll turn on just rain sounds or nature. I feel very connected to nature. I don't know if it's I'm a Virgo, and that's just, it's the earth sign, so I feel very connected to nature and things of that. So when I just sit and listen and breathe, that helps me a lot. And I do a lot of journaling also. Of course, because for you as well, it's not just the show itself. Of course you do like your VIP and all of that kind of stuff, and it's great. You have such a great relationship with your fan base, but of course that can be draining at times as well on the flip side of that. But going back to the more positive side of the VIP upgrades, and you did your signings at Banquet yesterday and everything, like, why is that so important to you as an artist, would you say?
Well, I think it just gives more of a vulnerable way to be able to connect with fans, right? It gives you, these shows, when there's so many people coming, you don't get much of a one-on-one interaction with them. And when you can just strip down the songs and just be human to human, it makes the experience so much better. And I love doing experiences like that, because there's so many people also that I've met online. Like you said, you found me through my covers and stuff, and I try to be really diligent about responding to people and connecting with people online as well. But having a genuine face-to-face conversation and giving people that time is something that really fuels me as a person and as an artist. And so I love that it just kind of brings the vulnerability, and I can screw up the words and they laugh and it's fine. It just brings you more on a human level. And I really appreciate that, of being able to do those things.
Of course, and it's such like a lovely fan base as well. Like even
They
outside
are.
before, I've been given another bracelet for
Oh,
my collection.
no way.
I've even got one somewhere fighting for
Oh
its
my
life
gosh.
from the No Offense tour last year. Like,
I love
and
that.
it's great. Like everybody's just so friendly, and I feel like everybody kind of becomes friends through all of that too. And
Yeah.
I feel like that must be such a great feeling for you, like seeing people making friends at your concerts.
Oh, it's an incredible feeling, and everybody's so kind and everybody's so welcoming, and it's all you could ask for out of a fan base, right? And they treat me with so much kindness and love, and they're amazing. Yeah. I can't say enough good things.
Yeah, of course, and it's going to be an incredible show later.
Thank
it's all
you.
It's all going to pay off.
Thank you.
So just for my final two questions now to start to wrap this up. Firstly, are there any up and coming bands you're loving that you want to shout out?
Oh my gosh, yes. There's this band, and every time I've said their name, everybody's like, huh? But it's this band called Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Have you ever heard of them?
I've heard the name, but I can't say I've listened to them.
They're more of like an indie rock, more of like folky rock band. But I've been really, really into them. Literally obsessed with them. I actually asked my partner if he would get me tickets for my birthday to go see them on October 8th. I really want to go see them. And I am such a sucker for nostalgia that I listen to so many old bands like Counting Crows and Goo Goo Dolls, and I'm always looking out for their new music that they're putting out, Dashboard Confessional and things like that. So I find myself playing them on heavy rotation, but I love Rainbow Kitten Surprise. I love Hot Mulligan. Yes, those guys are awesome. And then there's this guy, he's like a comedian, I think, online, but he's actually an amazing artist. His name is Petey. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but his music is very similar to like Hot Mulligan vibes, and I really love him as well. So they're kind of like the little trifecta that I've been listening to the last few months.
Yeah, you've given me my artists to listen to on the way home now.
That's
why I love this question so much, because I find new artists through that as well. So
and it's also so cool because the lead singer of Rainbow Kitten Surprise is actually trans, so it's been really amazing to see her transition and come into her own skin and see how excited and happy the fans are, and it just seems like such an incredible fan base. And so I find myself lately I feel like I'm becoming like a Rainbow Kitten Surprise stan account, because all of my reposts are just their live performances, like repost, because I love them so much, and I get chills anytime that I listen to Ella's voice. So I think you would really like it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the best way to do it as well. I think everybody in this industry starts out as fangirls, myself included.
Yes.
So everyone has to carry that on, I think.
Yeah, I'm a big fangirl for them.
Yeah. And then my final question for you, what is one thing you'd like to achieve by this time next year, would you say?
Oh man, that's such a hard question, because I'm so happy, like just being able to play shows and to continue to connect with people. I mean, obviously I'd love to be playing like the O2 Arena, that is a goal. That is will probably always be a goal. And if that happens, that would be incredible. But I would love to come back and do an actual proper headline tour here by next year. I think that would be amazing. I haven't really gotten that opportunity yet. So to do like a Europe UK tour would be awesome. Yeah.
I mean, I'm from up north myself, so I'm like, I'm waiting for like the Manchester show or like anywhere. But of course, I've travelled down here and it's so worth it. So
yeah, well, I'm happy just to be back here, but it would be nice to be able to just make it to everybody else and be able to play shows in Manchester and Birmingham and all of that good stuff. So.
Amazing.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
It's been so much fun.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And this has been Hive Magazine with Taylor Acorn.